I'm gonna dance today. I'm gonna dance. Hey. Hello. I want to show you that it's snowing over here in Norway today. Feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my soul. It's the 20th of October and my computer needs to get charged. Wonderful. Okay, so today's video is gonna be a second follow-up video to the first within the Manifesting Heart's Truth tier on my Patreon account, Self to Unity. If you haven't already signed up and you would like to manifest and be supported or get readings about how this current season is in support of you and your manifestations, basically you creating your life in a way that aligns with your heart's truth, your core truth, creating a life that makes you feel alive, that awakens and nourishes your passion in all ways, then it's available on patreon.com/selfunity. And I'm also going to be sharing this video on YouTube for free because I love you and because I've been encouraged to by different reflections, different beings. So here we are. So the focus of this video, the season in focus, is the season that you are in, your own season. So we're going to be connecting with what is your season currently, and only you can know that truly. There's the season of the world. So right now here in Norway, we've entered winter. It's beautiful. And there's the season of Libra in terms of zodiac seasons. We're approaching, let's call it Scorpio. You could say that there's the season of the new moon, however long, like that's like a day usually, but you could say that that lasts about 4 days because energy is more fluid, right? In science class, you might have been told that this physical object is made up of energy, and so theoretically you could possibly move your hand through it if you hit it in the right way. So when it comes to energy, saying that the new moon is this specific day, also being aware that there are multiple days that you can connect with the energy of the new moon. Even right now, you can connect with the energetic aspect of a full moon, even though we just came through the new moon in Libra. So doing it in harmony with what you're physically seeing, I think, is of benefit to your physical body and your conscious awareness to practice harmonizing with nature specifically is what I like to focus on, because nature is eternal. Nature is reflective of our own nature, our own ability to grow and to awaken, to go to sleep in winter time, and to reawaken, re-emerge, to bloom, to bear fruits. I've been using a lot of bearing fruit energy for healing my own fertility and body. So I got lots to share. So yeah, the focus is, what is your current season? What season are you in? So I have different ways to connect with that I want to share. I got this beautiful book that I actually made. I'm very proud of myself. That was like all my passwords. Here you can see. It's like a big block of A3 paper, and then I divided it in two and then sewed it up actually, and then sewed on this fabric from a old dress, and I absolutely love it. So, connecting with your current season. So, a season can be today, it can be this week, this month, this year, 5 years. It depends on where you want to focus your attention. Anna Kidney has this decade planner that I really recommend checking out. I'll leave links in the description box. Especially now as we're entering the end of this year, 2020, and entering, I was about to say beautiful year. I don't think it's been so beautiful for many people. And that's another video that I want to share, how to see the beauty of very hurtful or challenging times. And so I just want to see where I want to focus, like what would be most efficient, where to focus our attention for the season. Okay, so the balance of Libra season is so perfect for this as well. And plus we're moving into Scorpio season, which is all about like death, rebirth, moving into darkness, moving through darkness, shadow work, I feel. And then the veil, how the veil between the physical and the spiritual or energetic or beyond the physical realm and reality is thinner around Halloween, they say. Do I know? Honestly, I don't. I have personal experience with moving beyond the physical actually a couple Halloweens, which we'll not get into in this video. So not in like a divine spiritual way, like in a just very human and very out of body kind of way. I don't even, yeah, we won't get into it. So so I'd recommend beginning by looking at how do you want your life to be. I recommend taking notes right now. If you have a notebook or if you just want to take it on your phone or your computer, I recommend writing down how do you want your life to be, and then actually writing down a couple words or whatever comes to mind, whatever. The more you can connect with your heart, the better. So if you have infinite possibilities, you have all the courage you need, all the resources you need, how do you want your life to be? What do you want to do? Let's put on some meditative music while you take some notes. This is actually a part of self-educating, really. Self-educating. Get it? Ah, so beautiful. Let's get this. Interesting. This is spring ambience. Yeah, it doesn't really matter which season we are. Can connect with any. Okay, so once you've written down a couple notes or a whole page, whatever it is for you, of what you want to do, where you want to be, you can also write down how you would like to see the world. How would you love the world to be? For me, I love when I see unity. when I see people working together, when I see animals working together, when I see people and animals working together. I've seen some incredible videos of like a baby or a child elephant saving a 8-year-old girl from floods. It's amazing. So what kind of world would you love to see? Clean waters where everyone has access to drink, where there is an abundance, so meaning that if everyone on the planet has water, everyone has access to water. It's not someone have more and someone have less. Trusting that the planet Earth has enough resources for all of us, no matter how many or how few we are. Trusting that there is an intelligence that takes care of us. So that's even beyond the Earth. You can make it as expansive or as focused as you want. So if you say, I'd love for my neighborhood to be friendly, where we share with each other. If someone bakes and they have extra, instead of throwing out the extra, they ask their neighbors if they'd like some. How would you like your environment to be? And you can pause this video. I recommend putting on some beautiful music, like some meditative music. I have a mantra playlist on my YouTube channel. May Ian has amazing videos with music. Yeah. So then the next is looking at how you really see the world right now. So what is actually going on in your environment? How do you see people treating each other in the world? And this is going to depend on your focus. What are you choosing to focus on? And just be honest as you can. How is your environment? How are you? So a big part of manifesting, maybe even the biggest part of manifesting, is accountability and taking the responsibility. Which there are some things in the world that aren't our faults personally, you know? And at the same time, we are here, and so we hold part of the responsibility, the ability to create change. So whether that is for our globe as a whole, or if you're focusing more on your environment, your home, your relationship, your neighborhood, your city, your specific field, economy, health. So now you can write down how you can influence whatever you have in your focus to move closer to what you wrote in the beginning, how you would love for things to be, how you would like for things to be. What are some steps, some simple things that you can do to create change for yourself? Because when we decide that we want our home to be more loving, when we feel like we'd love our home to be more loving, And we then decide to be more loving ourselves rather than trying to make those around us be more loving towards us or each other. Then we are naturally a part of creating more love in the home. And we are creatures of habits, and we're creatures of, I want to say, inherent connection. So when we treat someone in a specific way, they're more likely to treat us in a similar way. And sometimes people need time to learn. And the best way to teach someone is by demonstrating, you know? So what you're writing right now is kind of the season that you're in. Whatever you're focusing on is the season. And it can be, as I said, a couple days, it can be a couple weeks, a couple months, a couple years. You might have smaller seasons within bigger seasons. So whatever you're focusing on now, be aware of like, how does it feel? Does it feel, maybe you don't know yet. Maybe it's like, this is what is going on right now. I don't know how long it'll last. Or maybe it's something that has been going on for a couple years, so that it's a bigger season. And then you can later practice creating smaller seasons that are moving towards and kind of creating change within the bigger season to move into new experiences. Everything doesn't have to make sense at first, right? There are some things about life that we have the known and we have the unknown. So just be honest with yourself. I think honesty is one of the best keys towards manifestation, towards creating, towards empowering the self truly and fully. So then I have a focus on seasonal values. So this is also, if you still don't feel like you have like a clear overview of the season you're in, do not fret. We're still going to work on it. So we're going to focus on seasonal values. And I love using the elements. So the first, which we actually already did, is what I want in my life. This is fire element. So you can maybe write one word as the overall what I want in my life. Or a couple words, a couple of values. What do I really value in my life? Is it love? Is it honesty? Is it harmony? Is it freedom? Is it compassion? Is it joy and laughter? Is it play? Is it creativity? Is it energy? Is it will? Free will? Is it beauty? And then you have how I want to feel. So this is water energy. How do you want to feel in this season of your life? Do you want to feel loved? Do you want to feel appreciated? Do you want to feel cared for? Do you want to feel welcome? Do you want to feel at home? Do you want to feel safe? Sheesh. Safety feels heavy. There's a lot going on in the world that we see in the media. And specifically right now, there's a lot that's boiling, a lot of confrontation with how we're living and new ways of living, to keep safe. I think the news is very interesting because it's something that I perceive people watch because they have to keep themselves safe. And yet I also perceive, because I don't watch the news actively, it's something, if I'm walking by the TV and it's something interesting, I might sit down, but it's not something I watch daily, because I perceive that when you watch the news every day, you feel less safe. The world seems less safe. The world seems more violent, more dangerous. And so there's this conflict between the mind perceiving the news as something to watch to keep itself and its family safe, because the function of the mind is very much to keep us safe, to analyze and to categorize and to make efficient and make safe, make productive, whilst the feelings are actually experiencing the opposite of like, oh no, that's happening and this is happening, I have to be careful, I have to watch out, I can't travel there, and those people are against us and they might invade those. And I think there's a lot of worry and fear that sits in the collective, kind of gathered from this energy and the momentum that builds from people watching the news on a daily basis. So I'd love to just breathe a little bit and invite you to breathe and kind of breathe love into that space, that area of collective consciousness. And I welcome and I invite the feeling of safety from the perspective of Source. If you'd like to welcome it, you can just say yes out loud. And welcome the feeling and the knowing of safety from the perspective of Source. And just breathe and allow. Two more deep breaths. All right, so the next is air, the mind, the awareness, which is what I want to know. What do I want to know for this season? I want to know that I am good as I am, that I am good enough, that my honesty is my most powerful currency, that what I have to share is of value. I want to know that I am one with Source, and that I have infinite access to a limitless abundance. And then we have earth energy, earth element, play, doing what I want to do, which also aligns with who I want to be. And being also aligns with the fire element at the top. So they all align. There's this beautiful circle completion situation. We're going to go through some cards here as well. Yeah, I just wanted to share this as like a practice of really connecting with whatever season you're in. Gaining clarity and focus on where you want to be, who you want to be, how you want to be, and creating steps towards really bringing that to your reality. So with manifestation, the power of the elements in nature, there's this, for me, I connect fire with spirit. And then you have water, which is often connected with soul. And then you have air, which is connected with the mind and awareness, consciousness. And then you have earth, which is connected with your physicality, things that are in manifestation. So when you manifest, you bring things into manifestation. So first we have fire, spirit. And if you look at fire, if you have a candle burning somewhere or a fireplace, you see that fire is this, it's there then it isn't there. Like we have a fireplace, and when we breathe, we have this pump that we fill, we pump air into the like burning coal. I don't know what it's called, but like the glow thing. We pump air into it, and then suddenly the fire like reignites, lights, and it's like fire almost came from nowhere, but there's heat there, there's momentum that has been built, and the fire is there. And so I connect that when we connect with our true self, when we connect with our true self, we connect with our spirit, with our eternal self, our soul. And so when we want something from here, when we are inspired to create something, or when we aspire towards something, that is the fire, that inspiration, that aspiration, and it comes as it is, right? And what manifestation for me is just bringing that to physical reality, physical experience. So when we will it, fire energy, when we have the inspiration or the aspiration, it is created. Spiritually, energetically, it is created just by our inspiration, our aspiration. That is the creation itself. And that's us co-creating with source. And then we have water energy, which is all about how do we resonate with what it is that we're aspiring towards, or what it is that inspires us. Does it feel overwhelming? If you have that feeling, that is showing how you're resonating with what it is you're inspired by or aspiring towards. And how you resonate is indicating whether or not you're aligning with that aspiration. So you have a frequency, you're on a frequency, you're vibrating. You can make it as simple as how your heart is beating. When something makes you nervous, maybe your heart starts beating faster. That changes your frequency. So you're on a certain frequency on a daily basis, your heart rate, and then when someone tells you something that excites you, then your heart starts beating faster. So that's bringing you to another frequency, another pace, another rhythm frequency. And so when you have that aspiration, how you're resonating with that, how your heart is beating, how you're feeling, when you hold that aspiration in your being, meaning you're aspiring towards it. When you're aspiring towards it, then you're holding it in your being. It's present in your being and in your consciousness. And so your feeling is going to show whether or not you are in a space where you are ready to receive it. Because life is not going to give you too much. It's going to give you what you're able to handle. So if you're aspiring to create world peace, but that's going to bring you stress because you're not mentally and emotionally and physically prepared to actually create world peace, then you're not going to resonate, and you're naturally not going to attract that experience to your reality because you're not going to be able to handle it. So all we do with manifestation is prepare our emotions, our mind, and our physicality for what it is our spirit is connected with, what our spirit aspires to, what our spirit is inspired by. Does that make sense? Give me a comment in the description if that makes sense, okay? Because it's like sometimes you understand something on a level that isn't tangible yet. So I've had that experience with manifestation where it's like, okay, I know how I am experiencing and perceiving manifestation, and I'm seeing you guys asking what is manifestation, and I'm having these different words and like wanting to formulate it in a way where it's understandable, and hopefully I just did, you know? So let me know. I'm gonna get some water. I feel like I should have done a live. This would have been good live. I would love to know what days and what times are good for you when it comes to lives. And do you prefer YouTube or Instagram? Or Instagrams? So then we have air. So we've moved through, I brought air into this as well. What the water element also does is connect us with our subconscious. So there are many ways to connect with your subconscious. There's energy testing with theta healing, where they use kinesiology, which is like your physicality. You stand up and then you say a statement. If you move forwards, it's a yes. If you move backwards, it's a no. And then there are different, you have to align yourself, like center yourself, and drink enough water to be able to have a correct energy testing session. And then there's just looking at your emotions, which are showing you, again, that's for me, showing how you resonate. Your subconscious is a huge part of what you experience in your reality. It's your subconscious is reflected in the reality that you're experiencing. And then you have the conscious awareness, which is the one that you're present with all the time, sometimes too much. It's our mind, it's our belief. Our belief is also in the subconscious. Yeah, I think the belief is more in the subconscious. And then the conscious, I think, is more connected with perception. And I would guess that our perception is influenced very strongly by our subconscious and our belief. Yeah, those are new ideas to me consciously. So I'll see if I'll play around with those ideas. Yeah, so you have the energy, the air element. And the air element is showing us how we think and what we think, and that's influenced by our beliefs. So, and definitions. So if you have, shit goes so deep, you know? I'm just like, let me center myself real quick. See where I want to move from here. It's like I get this experience that I have so much I want to share, and I want to share it all right now. And I'm practicing the virtue of patience to like know that I have enough time, I have more time to transcribe the message, to share the message. That I don't have to say it all right now, right here, which is very liberating, very good to think about and feel about. Okay, so I want to share these cards that I have. They're absolutely beautiful. And I wonder if I want to make part 1, part 2, or if we just have it like this. Yeah, okay. So hopefully by now you're able to connect with your season. I have many things going on at the same time because I didn't finish the part about bringing what is your manifestations to the physical reality, right? To manifestation. And so the air and the earth energies, they're all about practice. And I have lots of different practices and tools that I'm using myself. A lot of them I share on Patreon, a lot of it I share here on YouTube, a lot of my personal experiences and perspectives. And I'll share something I wrote yesterday, which is I was reading the Emergence book. This one, 7 Steps for Radical Life Change by Derek Rydall. I'll have a link in the description box, which will be an affiliate link. All support is highly and mightily appreciated. It means that if you buy a book from the given website, this one or any book, after you've clicked through the link that I have in the description box, then I'll earn a percentage off that sale. So what I wrote yesterday is, the unfamiliar path leads to the experience of something new. And then I have some personal writings because I wanted to write down the way I used to do things before and really look at that honestly and see how I've avoided things, or how I used to do something from my childhood to keep myself safe, to keep my environment safe, and things that I don't need to do anymore. That's a big part of my season right now, is growth. Growth has been a part of my season for a minute. Get it? Self-love is like a lifelong season for me. Self-awareness is a lifelong season for me. Maybe even lifetimes, really. Chill. Okay. Which I think is what I kind of shared in the beginning of this video, is looking at how things have been, but then this is more focused on things that I've done and then seeing how I want to change, how the changes I want to see in my reality, how am I going to be able to influence change, and knowing that you're not alone in it, knowing that you're supported by source, which is why I really wanted to share the video with the meditation where you're connecting with your immortality, connecting with you as a part of source, and knowing that source is available to you as currently and as presently as the air that you're breathing, as powerfully and as subtly, I like that word, as the air we're breathing, right? And this is something I've talked about here on my YouTube channel before as well, which is a great belief and habit for me to let go of is believing that I'm safe by making those around me feel good, and that I am responsible for the well-being of those around me. And I think the logical mind can go into this like, but you have to make those around you feel good. Like, what if you make them feel bad? Then you're doing something wrong. And then there's the awareness that when I am focused on making myself truly feel good, through self-love, through going through things that maybe are beyond my comfort zone, looking at past experiences that are beyond my comfort zone, and also feeling the support. So if you feel less supported through source, if it's a new concept to you, then I really recommend getting some support in the physical world, so either by a therapist or through personal readings. I offer personal readings on my website now, or theta healers, different, like there's a lot of people that are offering beautiful services. So whoever aligns with you truly and fully, I would recommend seeking support. You're also supported by your ancestors and your children, which we'll talk about. So, okay, doing a lot of jumping. There's a lot of like abstract and broad talks and concepts that I want to share. So we're doing a little bit jumping, but I'll get back to that. Hopefully, we'll see. But it's just a perfect time to move on to this card that I pulled from the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild and Autumn Skye Morrison. And this is the card that is on the cover of the book and the box, and it will be linked in the description box as well with an affiliate link. So this card is called Legacy of Light. It's number 7 and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So, if you've had troubles or a season or seasons of feeling unsupported, of feeling lonely, alone, burdened, constricted, belittled, then the energy and the medicine of this card and what it comes with is so beautiful, and I'm really excited and grateful that I get to share it with you. So a beautiful meditation is to close your eyes. I invite you to close your eyes with me and breathe. And really relax your shoulders, your neck, your jaw. You might want to move around a little bit. Feel present in your body. Use your breath to fill your presence and your awareness into your whole body, meaning move your attention to the air that you're inhaling and imagine feeling it reaching to your fingertips and your toes and your whole body really being nurtured by this fresh air. And then letting go with gratitude that you have the capacity, the ability to breathe, that there is air for you to breathe. Feels so good. And then I'd love to invite you to feel into the awareness and the presence of your ancestors in your body, that their genes, that their energy has flowed through different beings, accumulating and being present in your body. You are the presence of your ancestors. You are part of their legacy. You are the aspect of them that has lived on in the physical realm. And feel their celebration of you. Feel their support of you and your true self. They've made mistakes. They've learned their lessons. They have wisdom to share with you. They have patience to hold space for you. All of your lessons, all of your being, all of the things you could have done better, and all of the things that you've done in the best way that only you could have done. Just breathe into it. Feel free to smile as you feel their embrace, their celebration, their support, their unconditional love. Their resilience. Embrace and awaken to their ever-presence. Just like stillness holds room for everything to be, so does our ancestors, whether they are in life or beyond the physical life. They're always present with us and through us. And they're always here to support us, to share their wisdom with us, to share their love for us, to hold us when we need to feel held, to care for us when we need to feel cared for, to nourish us when we feel like we need to get nourished. Just breathe and welcome this awareness, this awakening in your whole being, and feel free to move around, smile. Really anchor this awareness in your being, in your body, with gratitude and unconditional love. Feel free to say yes out loud to welcome this awareness, this awakening, to your whole being in the highest and best way. Use your breath to welcome it straight from source. Beautiful, so beautiful. When you're in a situation where you feel like you need support or guidance or someone to share their wisdom with you and you feel like you don't have anyone to ask, your ancestors are always here. You can ask them and trust that the answer will be shared with you. It might not be in that moment or in the way that you expect. It could be a song that plays on the radio. It could be an image on a billboard that you drive by. Just know that whenever you feel the response from them, that you're like, oh, is that? Then yes, it is. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's a magical play, it really is, when you start becoming more aware and present and recognize how everything is communicating with you. Everything is in support of you. So beautiful. All right, so now we're going to go to the powerful, the potent, the courageous, the brave, the bold energy of the children. Whether they are in this life, physically your children, or beyond this life. The energy of the children, the energy of those who are to come, and their faith in your ability to hold space for them to be. Their faith in how everything is okay. That they can make a mess, run around, play, and everything is okay. And balance this with the wisdom, the experience, and the patience of the elders, of the ancestors, those who came before. And anchor it all in your being in the highest and best way. Welcome it with a yes and a smile and deep, beautiful, nourishing breathing. Allow the children to inspire your play, your courage, and your faith in yourself, your creativity, your imagination, to share your true self in the creation of a beautiful, brighter, bolder, more unified, collaborative, peaceful, loving, and caring, compassionate world. And breathe into it and welcome it with a yes. And awaken to the awareness that one more being who practices self-love, who shares their true self, their loving self with the world, equals a more loving, peaceful, compassionate world. Know that whenever you need inspiration, courage, faith, play, imagination, the children are always here to share their wisdom with us, their play, their imagination, their courage, their trust, and their faith, their energy, their infinite supply of energy. And they share it with us lovingly, playfully. You can welcome it with a yes in the highest and best way, so it is. With gratitude, you can breathe and smile. With gratitude for the ancestors, for the children, and for you who connects them, who is the presence of them. Know that they live within you, they reside within you, they're always available to you. You can take a deep, beautiful, nourishing, fresh breath, and when you're ready, open your eyes. Oh, yeah, yeah. Feels amazing. Beautiful. Okay, so the next cards for in support and celebration of your season is what is already with you. So beautiful, honestly. What I do is I shuffle the cards and then I pull them and then they come out and it's just perfect. This is number 17 and this was number 6. So this is the energy of you. This is the energy of your season, what is already with you, okay? You have all the tools, all the resources you need. It's about playing with what it is you have. And it's so beautiful. We have the energy here of transformation, the flower of life. So beautiful. And if you look at the bottom here of the child, you can see that there's something there. And I'm seeing that as this right here. Like it's within you, it's with you, it's all surrounding as well. And then there's this DNA strands in between here. Can you see that? So beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And the focus on hands. You got the power. Woo. And then the final card, the unifying card of you and your season, is this energy, restore and replenish, number 38. It's so beautiful. Restore and replenish. And it kind of looks like an eye, if you look at the big hair. Connecting with the self, restoring, replenishing. Restoring your connection with yourself. Your connection with life. Your ability to feel alive, your ability to create the life you desire, truly. Replenishing, nurturing with habits that encourage and support and grow that which you want to manifest, with a state of mind that supports and celebrates that which you want to manifest. Just confused myself. So beautiful. I also have, for me, a big part of my season, a big season for me is this energy of refining. So refining my ability to be myself, refining my ability to take care of myself, refining my ability to share of myself in a way that's beneficial, in a way that's efficient, in a way that's prosperous. Yeah, it's beautiful energy. So I'll read the magic of this card because I feel it very powerfully, beautifully. This is number 38 from the guidebook. Before we wrap up, and as I was pulling the cards, this is the card that was at the bottom of, like, underneath this. So this is how they were lying. And then I pulled this one first, our energy, seasonal energy, and then unifying energy, and then this was at the bottom, which is big bold vision, which is what we ended last season's season of Libra reading with. So it just feels very wholesome, it feels connected, beautiful, infinite, and just delicious. So I didn't show this one up right, did I? So I'm gonna open up to 38. There it is. And show it while I read it. All right. You are in need of something so much deeper than rest. You need restoration, replenishment, and revival. This will not necessarily come from lying about somewhere, taking a moment out of your day or evening activities. You are more likely to gain what you need by breaking your routine completely and doing something different. Wow. Let me just read this here again. I haven't read this yet, okay? I haven't read this full book at all. Like, I'm pulling the cards, and then when I feel like reading from the guidebook, I do, and I just... Do you see how it's all connected? Do you feel it? Can you feel it? The unfamiliar path leads to the experience of something new. So that means moving out of your comfort zone, also known as what I like to call your zone of familiarity. That's what makes it comfortable, because it's familiar. I know how to react and respond and be with this because I know it. But when you move beyond what it is you've known, what it is you're comfortable with, what it is that is familiar to you, that's when you're actually in the creation of a new experience, because it's new. That's when you're going to create change in your life. You know? So beautiful, so powerful. Okay, let me just... You need some variety, some spice, some change to bring fresh energy into your body, mind, and heart. You need to restore and revive yourself by changing the usual flow of energy through your being. You could stimulate this process by going to a different place, meeting different people, and taking different action that you would usually do. To what you would usually do. You can return to your regular routine in time if it feels good for you. However, it is now time to move without pushing yourself beyond what is known, comfortable, and familiar. Oh, my love. 1,000 kisses from you is never too much. And I just don't wanna stop. Oh, my love. Never too much, never too much, never too much. Down, 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 down. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. This oracle also comes as a message from the great loving guardian, which is life itself. You have been working so hard and have accomplished so much already. However, you often sell your accomplishments short and focus on how much more is yet to be done. Life is telling you that it is time to put down the paintbrush, the pen, the endless lists, and thinking mind and get into your body. I'm gonna dance today. I'm gonna dance. Hey, I'm gonna dance today. I'm gonna dance. Okay, I'm so excited. Taking the time to experience yourself in and of nature, remember how to just be. And in doing so, even for a relatively short amount of time, you will feel more of yourself and ready for the next phase. You might be surprised what just a day or two of this can do for you. Restoration does not have to be a long and involved process, especially if it is attended to when needed. This oracle is also confirmation that you are in an important transition phase between one level of experience and the next. It's so powerful. If you feel as though you are treading water or are in some sort of purgatory, somewhere between your old life and your new life, I'm on a new level, then this particularly applies to you. If you can't break into the level you're reaching for, have faith. You're just taking a breather between races. Soon you will have the power and energy you need to reach for the next level and succeed. If you have been considering a new endeavor or have recently started one, then this oracle brings a message of encouragement. Yes, this is a good step forward for you. You might be worried that you are taking on too much. You are encouraged to take time out to rest and rebalance yourself. But you are supported in your need for new and different experiences to refresh your spirit. You may let some of these new endeavors go once you have gained what you need from them. However, they are useful now. You're encouraged to trust yourself and to know what you are working consciously to meet your own needs, and this is healthy and good. Oh, I hope this book hasn't covered the microphone. Sheesh. Okay. The Oracle of Restoration and Replenish also comes with guidance for your healing. If you have been under the weather, you will soon be well again. If you have been working on healing your body, mind, and soul, this oracle comes with assurance that what you are doing is working and bringing you benefit. Even if you are yet to experience the full extent of that benefit, continue with your work and know that you are indeed healing. I might cry. Healing process. Imagine that you are floating in an ocean that has colors of turquoise to deep green and darkest, deepest blue. Notice what colors feel good. Enter and remain in that space for as long as you like. The water might be warm and sparkling, shallow and heated by the sun, or cool, deep, and mysterious. Allow it to be whatever feels good to you. When you are ready, open your eyes and break that routine of yours. You will have completed your healing process. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so before I end this video, I'm going to share one last thing with you for today, which is, you can see my room right here. This is how it is right now. So I have had the habit of really having a messy room, straight up, and then having like times where I clean everything, to like from cleaning my room, bringing it to the washing room, washing the sheets, everything, washing my bathroom, until finally at the end of the day I wash myself and I have new sheets, fresh room, fresh bathroom, and everything feels fresh and clean, and then gradually turns messy and then back again. But that's like intense cleaning days. I'd rather keep it clean as a habit. I'd like to have the habit of keeping my room clean. And the number one reason for that is, which is a part of my big bold vision, is that I want my home, my future home, to be clean. And I am right now manifesting towards creating my own home, right? And so as I'm clearing and keeping my space clean, which is I'm about to do right now, putting on some music, dancing while I clean, I'm also going to imagine and envision and be grateful and happy for the fact that I'm keeping my future home clean, the home that I am manifesting clean, by, as a habit, as a part of just who I am, by creating that habit here and now today. So when you're establishing that new habit and changing out of that old way of doing whatever it is for you. I'm just using this very beautiful practical example. You can use that meditation and that practice of imagining what are you doing it for. If you feel like it would help you, you can also write down, what is my big bold vision? What is it that I want to create and why? And then look at different ways that you can create that reality today. What are the things you can do today? And then take it one step at a time. So that's my final word of advice to you. I love you so much. I appreciate you so much. If you've come this far, use a real one, okay? Sending you infinite unconditional love from the source of all that is. May you enjoy yourself today. May you feel empowered. May you feel connected. May you feel celebrated and supported, because you truly are. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting, showing your support. You're appreciated. You are loved. And I'll see you when I see you.